Today, I'm going to take you to the grocery store with me so you can see my shopping. Before I go to the grocery store, I need to eat some sustenance for my energy. As you see, I made some oatmeal. And to make oatmeal, I got some oatmeal, I put it in a bowl, some water, microwaved it, put on some sugar and cinnamon. Yum yum, this is going to be so good.
With more than 680 stores and more than 190 outlets in the United States, it's the biggest American retail chain to announce a fur ban. Once known for its high-priced mink coats, the company, which also owns luxury department store Bloomingdale's, says it will shut down its fur vaults and salons that have long offered fur storage and repairs.
It's Live Kindly's weekly vegan news. I love this channel. Well done. Time to go shop now. Got all my shopping bags. I'm ready to go. I need to adjust the seat because Liana was driving my car yesterday. This is what I've been listening to lately. Store number 1. Ran out of agave this week, so here we go. Also got some maple syrup too, just ran out of that. Oat milk. Store number 2. Get some mixed nuts too. I also had to get some walnut pieces because that is an amazing price. 2 shallots, 2 yellow onions, 4 red bell peppers, carrots, 2 bunches of kale, mushrooms. Well, that's everything. I didn't film everything in there because it's crowded, busy. It's hard to do all of this stuff with just one hand while I'm filming, so I will show you every ingredient as I cook. Today was a pricier grocery trip shopping experience than usual for a couple reasons. One is that I'm restocking on kitchen essentials, you know, like stuff that is always there and available to use for cooking. Also, I got more like pre-made and like processed type foods. Like I got some vegan meats. I got some Italian sausage and some tempeh, and those things are a little bit more expensive. So every once in a while you spend a little bit more on a grocery trip, but they're fewer and farther between those trips where you need to kind of restock your kitchen. But yeah, those in between those trips, everything is really inexpensive because like half the ingredients you already have and the other half are really cheap. So yeah, time to go home. Hi, so the first thing that I'm gonna make is this tempeh, balsamic, and roast vegetables quinoa bowls. I butchered the name so bad, but those are all the main components, and this is what we're going to be having for our lunches this week. I am meal prepping, so I'll be making all of them, and we'll just kind of have them in the fridge ready to go and grab in the morning as we head out the door. So that's the first thing I'm making. I'm going to go ahead and get started. First, I'm going to slice these mushrooms. Here we are, mushrooms are sliced, and next up will be, I don't know, let's take a look. I'm gonna do this, zucchinis. Alright, the zucchini is chopped. Next is the carrots. Alright, carrots are done. Next up is the bell peppers. There they are, bell peppers. Okay. Alright, what's next? Let's see. We got two large shallots. Okay, fun. Alright, the shallots are chopped and in the bowl, which leaves the last chopping job to be, yes, this is the last one, tempeh. So I got 4 packages of good old tempeh. Here we go. So I didn't realize that we were low on Italian seasoning, so I'm running to the store real quick to get some. Got it. Okay, so I'm gonna put together my little dressing here, which is going to involve some Italian seasoning, which I just went to the store to buy. Pretty good amount of Italian seasoning, but it's a lot of, you saw how much food I chopped, so it has a lot of grounds to cover. Yeah, just a little bit extra. Okay. A teaspoon of salt. Teaspoon of pepper. I believe it was 2 tablespoons. It says olive oil. I have grapeseed oil. I'm just gonna use that. One, 2, 6 tablespoons balsamic vinegar. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So pour some in here. The rest in here. Okay. So I'm actually going to do 2 separate pans. I did double the recipe, so it's a lot of food. It smells nice. We shall see how it turns out. I guess you can always add a little more seasoning if you need to. I tasted a little piece earlier and I was like, well, this is kind of bland. But, you know, sometimes you just gotta add a little bit more spice. You know, they go light on the seasoning and the recipe, so they leave it up to you. But we'll see. You can start to see why I like to do, I try to get my chopping done on Saturday and then my cooking on Sunday, because when I have to do all of it in one day, it really takes up a giant part of my day. But not the end of the world. It's worth it in the end. Alright. One and number 2. It said 25 to 30 minutes, so since I doubled it, I'm gonna go ahead and say 30. And we'll see how it comes out. Okay, so this recipe also calls for some cooked quinoa, so that's what's next. I'm just going to rinse some quinoa, cook it, and then that's it. I'll probably season it too. It doesn't say anything about seasoning the quinoa. It's definitely gonna need some seasoning. Okay. I'm gonna add a little bit of earth balance flavor. Put a little bit of Italian in. I'll put a little bit more of Italian and salt later. That's good for now. Stir. Okay, it's boiling. So, where did the... Oh. I'm gonna give it a little bit of a stir and turn the heat down. Let it cook the rest of the way with the lid slightly ajar. And it'll be good. Timer just went off. And I checked. It looked great. Yeah. Look at that. Beautiful. Tempeh peppers and shallots. Awesome. This is great. Okay, so the quinoa is done. I ended up adding a little bit more seasoning to it. I put some more salt, a little bit more Italian, and then I went ahead and got some paprika and then added that in there too, and then some garlic powder and onion powder. And I think that's it on the spices, and then I added a little bit of miso paste in there as well, just for a little bit more, you know, savory flavor. And yeah, turned out pretty nice. So we've got that, and then there's the roasted veggies, and all I'm gonna have to do is add them all together and it'll be done. Yummy. Okay, that is it for the quinoa and tempeh bowl. I hope you enjoyed that very much. That's part 1 of 2. I decided to split this video up and do the shopping and the lunch in this part 1, and then have the dinner that I made for this week in part 2. Just so you know, I'm breaking it up into nice bite-sized pieces for you. You can give yourself a little break, go get yourself a cup of tea, stretch your arms, come on back and watch part 2, where I made the dinner for this week. It was zuppa toscana, the Olive Garden soup. Love it, very good. Worth a watch for sure. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe with this video, and tell all your friends. I hope you're enjoying this content. I definitely plan on putting a lot more out, so stay tuned. There's more to come.